We have some subscribers on this channel that have been with the Kumekucha brand for over a decade. And we all know that it is not very easy. It is very possible, but not easy, to stick somewhere for over a decade. And I need to emphasize this. It is not me. And neither is it about me. And those people will tell you that we've had some very sensational predictions that have come to pass right here on this channel. Some would want to call them prophecies. And again, I emphasize, it is not me. And it is not about me. So what is it? My response? Thou hast enlarged my steps under me, that my feet did not slip. Psalms 18:36. Now, some of the predictions I have made have not come to pass. They have been sensationally wrong. And I take responsibility, full responsibility for those ones. Maybe I got carried away. My emotions got the better of me. That's why I really fear emotions to this day. And I'm not the one to judge, if most of my predictions have come to pass or not. That has to be judged by one of you. Anyway, my point is, at the tail end of our show today, at the tail end of this video, I make a major prediction about what is going to happen in Kenyan politics. And indeed, this prediction also applies to yale yanaendelea duniani nzima na nini itafanyika. So please stay with me. You don't want to miss that. Let's not waste any more time and let's get right down to business. It has been a most eventful past week. And my video titled Shocking Predictions for August 2021 proved that statistically, the month of August, which I believe is the same month we're still in, is not a good month for the country called Kenya. Bad things tend to happen. Bad game-changing things tend to happen more often than not in Kenya in the month of August. I had to be very sure about the statistics because personally, August is a month with a very tragic memory for me. 44 years ago, on the 20th day of August, I lost my mother, and I was still a very young kid then. I believe that shaped my life forever. I don't even think this channel would exist had that event not happened. And that is a story for another day. But what I'm trying to emphasize is that sometimes very terrible things can happen. But it is for the better, ultimately. And that is why the words have stuck up somewhere. I see them the minute I wake up. I see them many times during the day to always keep myself focused and to always remember are as follows. And ye shall know that I have not done without cause all that I have done in it, saith the Lord God. In other words, Almighty God does not allow anything to happen without a very good reason. And it doesn't matter how devastating that which He has allowed to happen is. If you've not taken in my video Shocking Predictions for August 2021, there should be a link on the top right hand corner of your screens right now, repeated in the description area below. Make sure you catch it. Number 2, maybe the most controversial video this week. The real Ruto and Harun Aidin mission in Uganda. It is most interesting that at the time I recorded this particular video, we had very little information on this subject. Today, as I speak, we have a lot of information, a lot of confusing information. But no information that has come out so far that looks credible has contradicted anything in this particular video. So I guess we may be on to something. So make sure you catch this particular video. You can find a link at the top right hand corner of your screens right now. Click on it, put it aside, and when we're done here, you can take it in if you haven't taken it in already. Same link repeated in the description area below on this video on YouTube. Number 3, Uhuru Raila hold up in Mombasa. The video describes what many ignored, and that is the build-up to this Mombasa rendezvous of the two handshake principles, Raila Odinga and President Uhuru Kenyatta. Because in my view, that build-up alone tells us that something very major was being cooked in Mombasa, which will unfold in the future, in the near future. Link at the top right-hand corner of the screen and repeated below. Number 4 is linked to number 3. Uhuru Raila Mombasa, OKA meeting. The lies and the unspoken. Very revealing information. And that is why if you've missed it, you'd better catch up. Link on the top right hand corner of your screens and repeated in the description area below. And finally, but not least, number 5 was the video titled Itumbi Ruaraka Drama, which analyzes the incident where DP Ruto spokesperson and chief propaganda agent Dennis Itumbi recorded a statement with the police about an incident where his car was blocked, and when he drove through, he says he could hear gunshots, people shooting at him. And as I said in the video, this is politics, and in politics, everything is linked. And in this video, I broke it all down to just 2 possibilities, making it much clearer amid all the conflicting views and statements we were getting from all over the place. Link at the top right hand corner of your screens and repeated in the description area below. If you missed this video, you missed something major on this channel this week. So correct that situation. Catch up. Now, as I promised right at the beginning, here is the prediction, very controversial, for you. And I'm going to illustrate it in a very entertaining way so that we all understand and we all get it. In my younger days, I had the opportunity of playing a game called rugby. I even ended up with the unforgettable privilege of representing my dear motherland in this game called rugby, and actually putting on the Kenyan shirt to play this game far away from our country. Anyway, in the game of rugby, at least in those days, we used to have somebody called a blindside winger. Everybody is there waiting for the ball to go in the usual direction. And then suddenly, From the blind side, which everybody had ignored, comes the winger at high speed and gets that ball and usually scores under the posts. They score because nobody was expecting anything from that side. Everybody was taken completely by surprise. Now let's move on to a game that more people understand, soccer. And here's my prediction. You can have a striker who is very heavily marked because they're dangerous. If you give them only some small room, they will score. So what the coach does, is even before the game starts, he assigns somebody to mark that person. I remember in our days we used to say, make sure you follow that guy. Even if he goes to the restroom, you're with him. My Luya relatives call it the marking that is called umundu kwa umundu. Simply put, man-to-man marking. Now, we have a legendary, dangerous number 9, a striker called Raila Amolo Odinga. And currently, he is not being marked by just one person. He has 3 people marking him very closely. He is trying to operate, but the truth is, he can hardly move. He bends down to tie his shoelaces, and there are 3 foul smells of people breathing down on him. And currently, there is an attack building up involving Raila Odinga's team. And it is all happening on the left flank. And Raila is running down the middle. Very heavily marked. 3 people on him. And yet he's nowhere near the ball. Yeah, of course, this is the build-up to the 2022 presidential elections. And the attack on the left flank is building up. And finally, somebody crosses the ball. We are now on the date August 9th, 2022. The day of the polls. And the people marking Raila are sure he is not going to get anywhere near the ball. Afadhali they commit a foul. And even it results in a penalty. But there's no way they will allow him to get that ball and score. And the ball hurtles across the goal area. It flies over Raila Odinga and his 3 markers and finds a little known defender, right back, who was overlapped and who nobody took any interest in. And that overlooked defender who was overlapped calmly gets the ball and taps it into an empty net. Goal. Yani, this person who scored this goal came in from nowhere. I mean, a defender is not even considered a serious goal scorer. Their work is to defend. They are way out of their area of operation to even appear anywhere near the penalty area and to score. But it is within the rules. It's a genuine goal. They appeared on the blind side, which nobody was paying attention to, and they scored. It's a goal. A crucial goal in a crucial match. I have just described the winner of the 2022 presidential elections. Folks, this is my prediction. Now, if you've played soccer before, you will know that in this particular case, the striker knew what was going to happen. So what do they do shortly before the ball is crossed? You know the answer. They start convincing the defenders that indeed the ball is coming to them. They run into position. They may even call for the ball desperately. And of course, all this is very, very important. Because if they don't behave in this way, attention may be attracted to the blind side, where this team does not want the attention of the opposition to be attracted to. They want people to stay focused on the star striker, the deadly, dangerous striker, who scores, given half a chance, who is being marked by 3 defenders. They want to keep all their attention there so that nobody notices that right back sneaking in from the back. So that they don't even notice when this right back starts sprinting at top speed. How will they notice when all their attention is on Raila, the main striker? The whole idea is that even if the opposing side sees this right back, they will see him when it is too late. Everybody's attention is on the wrong side. And so this right back is all alone. He has all the time to calmly kill the ball and then tap it comfortably into the empty net, with absolutely no defender anywhere near him. Deputy President William Samoei Ruto has had bloggers working overtime for him over the last 4 years, influencing our opinion, spewing propaganda all over the place. And when they started, the perception on the Deputy President and his chances in 2022 were nowhere near where they are today. People are saying we now have bloggers doing the same for Raila Odinga, and indeed for the handshake principles. And I believe those people who are saying this are absolutely correct. Let me give you an example. Raila Odinga, in the last few days, met with diplomats from major Western countries in the house, I believe, of the Danish ambassador. And I know for a fact that the main agenda of that meeting was not Raila Odinga. I know for a fact that the agenda of that meeting was not about 2022. The main agenda was about the concern of diplomats over the behavior of politicians in the middle of the pandemic, how they're behaving with their political activities, in complete disregard to the laid down protocols of dealing with the pandemic. That was the main agenda. And it was addressed. And of course, in meetings like this one, there are a lot of other things discussed. Very many things, very many topics. In passing, the economy of the country was discussed. And as an afterthought, Raila Odinga spoke about what he would do if he were elected president of Kenya, his economic policies. I don't think that particular discussion lasted even 5 minutes. But the bloggers and the media spinning this particular story ended up with a screaming headline that pleased Raila Odinga supporters and greatly annoyed Deputy President William Ruto's supporters. The headline was, Raila talks to diplomats about his economic policies in case he's elected president in 2022. One would think that that was the main agenda of the meeting. One would think that that was the main reason why the diplomats met with Raila. And of course, that's not factual. Folks, that is a deliberate effort to attract our attention, to distract us, so that the right back can sneak in and score when all our attention is on the striker. I have even seen some very interesting follow-up articles to that narrative about Raila's headache in choosing a running mate. Of course, these are the kind of topics that bring great joy, ecstasy even, to supporters of Raila Odinga. They can't get enough of this stuff. They can't. Which of course is well within the playbook. It's well within the plan. The same prediction can be applied kwa yale yanatendeka duniani nzima saizi. Hii ugonjwa ambayo watu wanataka kutibu na chanjo, sio dawa, chanjo. And while all our attention is fixed on numerous other issues happening, while we are also anxious, so worried about so many issues, an issue, an event that is the right back sneaking in to the goal area will unfold. I believe it is already unfolding. Something we didn't expect, something we're not paying any attention to. Huyu jamaa si tulimwacha huko nyuma akilinda lango. Sasa anafanya nini hapa akifunga? Huyu jamaa si tulikuwa tunajua yeye ni bure. Hakuna kitu anafanya. Anatumia tu mwili yake kubwa. Ati yeye ni defender. Ovyo kabisa. Tulimwacha huko nyuma na tulisahau mambo yake. Lakini sasa ndio huyu amefunga bao. Mpira umeisha. Ay. Jameni. Folks, ladies and gentlemen, the blind side. The side which everybody has ignored. Of course, people are vaguely aware, very vaguely aware, but they've ignored it. It's not important. But then suddenly, without any warning, we realize that actually it is important because it is the checkmate move. It is the goal, the crucial, all-important goal that gives us victory and ends the game. You know, this is also a perfect description of my weekly intelligence briefings because it focuses on issues that many have ignored. It focuses on issues which many don't even realize are in play. It gives you information that makes you go, Allah, what? Really? What is this? Kumbe, this is what is really happening. And we are focusing all our attention on the wrong things. While the nitty-gritty, the main thing, is hidden. But it is here in the WIB. Now, as you know, you can try your luck and get an offer that ended by sending an email to the email address you see on your screens right now. And you will get an old offer, an amazing offer for life membership to my WIB at only the year of the attempted coup, 1982. Go for it. Until next time, this is Chris Kumekucha.